50 Cent just confirmed that Jay-Z is reportedly the first person Diddy's coming for now that he's out. Word is, Jay-Z set Diddy up to take the fall and is already plotting to wash his hands of the whole mess. Remember, Jay-Z was spotted at plenty of Diddy's infamous parties and even got named in a few of those lawsuits. But somehow, he never had to show up in court, and the victims suddenly dropped their claims. So now everyone's asking the real question. Is Jay-Z actually the mastermind behind Diddy's downfall?
That the same concept with the Super Bowl. See, they don't understand the relationship. They was trying to get him to do the Super Bowl without me.
Wasn't happening.
And that's not it. It wouldn't happen.
No way.
You see what I'm saying? Because he would look and go, it's okay for them, the award shows, not to give me the trophies. If you look at even Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
50 Cent been beefing with Jay-Z and Diddy since way back in the 90s. Ever since he dropped How to Rob and called Jay a poser. According to 50, Jay-Z's always been more bark than bite. His real power move was blackballing artists and using his industry connections to keep others from shining. At one point, Jay even told his whole crew to drop their albums at the same time as 50's, just to sabotage his sales. And let's be real, Diddy and Jay didn't climb the billionaire status off making mid-music alone. They built their empires by making sure everyone else stayed below them.
You know, I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now, just flood it, put out a lot of music, because 50 Cent is coming. And, you know, 4 months later, in the club hit, and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. Let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America can be purchased. You can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around.
That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift.
I wish you would come take one of my awards so I could black his eye in front of everybody.
And Jay disagrees.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Does that bother you? Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just his choice.
Why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z?
The public is responding to his punk presentation. It's not 50 Cent. I don't have a problem with him. Kanye would not take a trophy from me. Neither Jay-Z.
Right.
Neither one of them.
What would you have?
No, we'd have had an altercation right there.
50 caught on early to what Jay and Diddy were really up to. He saw the way they tried to sideline Nas and bury his album release. The same guys who claimed to be role models for black artists and champions of the culture were actually doing everything they could to keep others from rising. 50 never bought into their "we're uplifting the community" narrative for a second. He knew there was something shady going on behind the scenes. Jay and Diddy had beef with anyone who dared to climb too high. If you weren't riding the Puffy and Jay train, your career didn't stand a chance. Even Lord Jamar spoke on it, calling out what he described as a gay mafia in hip-hop. Record labels working together to decide who gets a shot and who gets shut out. If the elites didn't like you, they'd make sure you never saw success.
You couldn't be bigger than Jay-Z. You couldn't sell more records than Jay-Z. But all you had to do was listen to Benny Siegel. And Benny Siegel was, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, he said that. That was the first of me actually hearing it. Like, oh shit. Like, I used to have questions like, why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on top. He wouldn't let me breathe or right before me. Like, I was always close, and I always thought like, damn, if a kid, back then it was physical copies. So if you had $20, $20, that you saved up and you was going to buy an album, and it's under the same house, Rockefeller, between Jay and Beanie Siegel, you won't, 9 times out of 10 you won't buy the Jay-Z album. I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on time. It was like, damn, like to have in-house competition at that magnitude was crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that, like, let me breathe. But to maliciously plot to hold me back, I don't know, man. I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that. I mean, but like I said, Dame was no better than me.
Jay's been a hater since day one. Instead of opening doors for other black artists, he's been busy trying to close the few that were already cracked open. Word is, he even tried to block 50 from performing at the Super Bowl. And if it weren't for Eminem stepping in, 50 wouldn't have touched that stage at all. M reportedly called up the NFL execs himself and made it clear, number 50, no Marshall.
The big homie Jay-Z, right? I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, and I'm sorry for anybody who don't understand. And he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
That was beautiful.
And guess who's Dre's guy?
Your guy.
Me.
Let's make him know.
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy going on. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super
you didn't
Bowl?
know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some haters. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what? Some of the.
I mean,
back
you
and
know,
forth,
it's competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1 with the 50 Cent.
That was a long time ago.
That was what 9. What was that? 9?
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole
50 was always competition. Then remember Jay said, yo, 50's coming. He told Siegel and them, and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after this. He came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might get on G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we had.
Jay-Z and Diddy have always been two sides of the same coin. They've been in cahoots since the 90s. But when Diddy's world started falling apart, Jay was nowhere to be found. In fact, according to some reports, he might have even had a hand in setting the whole thing up. Think about it. CNN sat on that footage of Diddy assaulting Cassie for 8 years before suddenly deciding to drop it. Who told him to keep quiet all that time? And why is it only surfacing now, right when Diddy's empire is crumbling? The timing feels way too perfect to be random.
Who was kind of like, we're done with this guy. You're not back. You're threatened to say this. Release the footage, right? So they released the footage. He comes out, issues an apology, while his lawyers accuse the government of leaking the tape. It was later admitted as evidence in his trial. Again, January deal, March is raiding his house, Miami and LA. May, here's a video being dropped from CNN, even though they've been sitting on it for 8 years. September 2024, book is released, Kim's Lost Words, which, by the way, there's a lot of speculation with this thing here, so whatever I'm reading you is not necessarily 100%. It is there, it is not there. The alias they use on who wrote the book is Shanti Millwood, which is an alias for Tupac, which is kind of weird. Why would you use that? This book appeared on Amazon, allegedly written by Kim Porter, accused Diddy of misconduct with minors. Porter's children denounced it as fake. Investigators revealed the real author was Chris Todd, who claimed he compiled the book from a mysterious flash drive.
Everyone in the industry knows Diddy didn't just fall. He was set up 1 minute. He's on top of the world, getting the key to the city and living like royalty. And the next, he's being hauled off in handcuffs after losing a staggering $700 million.
Surprised at what things are coming out with Diddy at all? Or you're like, you have no idea, it's none of my business, you'll live longer. Kind of like the mindset.
Surprised. How could you be surprised with anything that happens in hip hop? You know, hip hop is the Wild West. So you're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad, you're gonna have the ugly.
You think he's being targeted, or some of the stuff he's got, there's credibility on what they're coming after him with the tapes and the feds and raiding his Miami home, his LA home?
I believe he's being targeted.
You believe he's being targeted?
Yeah. I believe, somebody, has the power to pull the trigger to make, this stuff, this domino effect happen.
50 knew exactly who was coming for Diddy. And in true 50 fashion, he couldn't resist clowning Jay-Z over it.
Lawsuit coming with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh, shoot. Like, that had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Come on, bro.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that Jay-Z's got the industry wrapped around his finger. The man moves like a businessman first, artist second, and every major step he's taken has been about securing the bag. 50 even went as far as to call Jay's marriage to Beyonce a business contract. And honestly, when you look at the numbers, it's hard to argue. Before tying the knot, Jay had 1 Grammy. Since then, 16. Even their kids have Grammys, and they haven't dropped a single bar yet.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had 1. Exactly. He had 1.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had 1, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was 1. At the same time, he got some shit. He's like drinking. His pictures with him. He thinks the cop.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Why are you so on top of the business side of Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? Some people like to just be an artist.
Yeah, I was actually forced to be an artist and a businessman because when I tried to get a deal, I couldn't get a deal. So I had to create Rockefeller Records. We actually created Rockefeller Records from nothing. And, so I was forced to know both sides of the business.
It's wild how Jay-Z has managed to stay squeaky clean all these years. He's done everything Diddy's been accused of, and then some. But the difference is, Jay's never been foolish enough to brag about it on live TV. And let's be real, his shady track record didn't start with Diddy. Way back in December 1999, Jay was caught up in a major scandal after allegedly stabbing music exec Lance Rivera at the Kit Kat Club in New York City.
Of a stabbing at a trendy party.
Kimberly Richardson is at Midtown South right now. Kimberly.
Well, Rosanna, just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. The rap star voluntarily turned himself in here at the precinct earlier this evening. Now, Carter is being held here in connection with that stabbing fight that erupted at the Kit Kat Club last night. But just a few moments ago, Carter's attorney had this to say.
He's not involved in this, period.
He was at the club?
That's my only comment. He wasn't involved in this.
So it was someone else that did the stabbing and the hitting?
I didn't say that. I said he was not involved in it.
Diddy had his own scandal too, a case where he actually shot someone. But just like Jay, he somehow managed to walk away without a conviction. Now, years later, Diddy's being hauled off to prison while Jay-Z's out here acting like he had no clue what was going on. Come on now. You're telling me one of the most powerful men in hip-hop spent over 3 decades as Diddy's close friend and never noticed a thing? 50 Cent met Diddy once and instantly knew what kind of man he was.
Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
But that's why it's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my stuff.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards. Or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, nah, I spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the, but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
None of this was ever a secret. Everyone in the industry knew what was going on. Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal, people who've actually worked with Jay and Diddy, have been spilling the tea for years. But here's the problem. Nobody really cares. As long as the record executives keep cashing their checks, they'll turn a blind eye to whatever happens to the victims.
But Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I
look.
will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows. Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look at her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the fucking morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam history.
Diddy's not about to sit back and let Jay wreck his career. He's gearing up for payback. According to a new report from TMZ, White House officials have confirmed that a potential pardon for Diddy is actually on the table. In fact, insiders say it could become official as early as next week. Rumors about this pardon have been swirling for weeks.
I feel like this is the 100th time that I've seen this being reported, but now according to TMZ, Donald Trump is thinking about giving Diddy that pardon. I will say the wording of this TMZ article is a little confusing, but they are citing that their source is a high-ranking White House official. According to TMZ, Donald Trump is thinking about commuting Diddy's sentence as early as this week. But TMZ cites this source as Donald Trump is vacillating, which means that he's not sure which way he wants to go. He's swaying back and forth, and he's indecisive about what he wants to do. I'm sure the wording about Donald Trump being indecisive on whether to give a pardon or not to Diddy is the fact that Diddy was publicly talking crap about him, because we all know how Donald Trump is. But it can still potentially be a big deal to know that he is even potentially considering a pardon for Diddy at this point, because he doesn't have to consider jack crap. The White House officials who are saying that they are urging Donald Trump to not give Diddy a pardon say that they are not sure what Donald Trump is going to end up doing, because at the end of the day, he does what he wants. We do just know he granted a pardon last Friday to another person that was in Congress. And I think with Donald Trump, we literally never know exactly what he is going to do. But all I gotta say is, if you're about to free Diddy, you also better free those Epstein files too.
Just 3 days after Diddy was sentenced to over 4 years in prison on prostitution charges, President Donald Trump seems to confirm he's heard from the mogul's legal team. The comments coming Monday from the Oval Office as reporters asked about a pardon for Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's serving 20 years for child sex trafficking.
I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. I don't know anything about it. So, but I will speak to the DOJ. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to speak to the DOJ. I'll look at it. I have a lot of people have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
Trump and Diddy's ties go all the way back to the late 90s. Diddy was reportedly a guest at the president's 2005 wedding, and they ran in the same social circles.
One mogul after another.
On X, one user wrote that several outlets are now reporting Donald Trump is considering commuting Sean Diddy Combs' prison sentence as early as next week. They added, "I covered the Diddy trial. If this is true, it would be a complete injustice and a slap in the face to survivors like Cassie. This is no different from the privilege and protection given to Ghislaine Maxwell. Justice shouldn't depend on your wealth, fame, or connections to power." Meanwhile, 50 Cent apparently saw this coming and has been on a mission to convince Trump not to grant Diddy a pardon. He's been posting repeatedly on X and Instagram, tagging Trump directly and insisting Diddy doesn't deserve mercy. Nobody hates Diddy more than 50. Before the sentencing, he even wrote a letter to the judge, arguing that Diddy would never change. and that if he were ever released, he'd go right back to hurting people and living the same way he always had.
As 50 Cent caught wind of it, he said, man, you can't get no pardon running your mouth like that. LOL, get up out of here. As he had reposted that clip of Diddy talking down on Trump and calling Trump out, as they did have a relationship at one point in the past. Now, Diddy has been very vocal about being anti-Trump, and supposedly this pardon is allegedly coming from Diddy's team now, as he was convicted. We saw what happened Friday, 4 years in federal prison for the two-man act counts that he was found guilty of in this RICO things that he got denied of. But with that going on, he still was ultimately convicted right here. Now, 50 Cent, he gonna jump out there and go at Diddy every chance he get. I feel like he really uses it as marketing, but there is a little sentiment there. As Dirty Daphne, that is his baby mama. She is somebody that got up on the stand and testified against Diddy.
Just in case the pardon doesn't go through, Diddy has already filed an appeal to overturn his conviction. He's clearly doing everything he can to get out as fast as possible.
We are following some breaking news right now, and Sean Combs is taking the first step to appeal his conviction and prison sentence. His attorney today filed a notice of appeal. Earlier this month, the disgraced music mogul was sentenced to 4 years in prison on prostitution-related charges. His lawyers have argued the conviction should not stand because Combs lacked a financial motive for transporting male escorts. More papers detailing the arguments behind the appeal are expected to be filed.
Jay-Z might have built an empire, but every empire eventually faces its downfall. And if Diddy truly believed Jay set him up, this feud could blow the lid off everything the hip-hop elites have been hiding for decades. So what do you think? Did Jay-Z really betray Diddy? Or is 50 Cent just out here doing what he does best and stirring the pot? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into hip-hop's biggest power plays.